Your reaction?
That my belief about their case hasn't changed. I called it garbage in the first trial, and I'll call it garbage now. The citizens of Bastrop have not been well represented by the prosecution in this case.
Kristen, in your argument, you focused a whole lot in regards to the law. There seems to be a conflict about what the law is. What do you think that they're interpreting, and why is their interpretation of the law wrong?
Well, I think that's the problem with this whole case. I don't think they've ever correctly interpreted the law. The law has been clear for decades. You have the right to use deadly force in defense of yourself, and you have the right to use that whether the danger is apparent or real. And that's what Daniel Willis did in this case. They want to make it about, what society wants and what we think police officers want to do, and we should wait. This is simply not the law. Even when they charged this case, if they had actually evaluated it and opened a book, which he said we shouldn't have to crack a book in this case, I would have hoped they would have opened the penal code and read justification and self-defense. It's been the law in this area for decades, and they simply disregard it at every turn. It's mind-blowing to me.
It seemed like you guys were frustrated just even hearing their closing arguments. Why has this been so frustrating hearing what they're presenting?
Daniel Willis should have never been charged with a crime. The science supports that. World-renowned psychiatrists support that. The facts, the evidence support that. The reason we sound frustrated and are frustrated is that Daniel Willis is not guilty of a crime. He should never have been brought to a courtroom.
Who is at fault, Robert, in this thing? And you touched on this earlier. Who's at fault here?
Daniel Willis is not at fault. I think it's an unfortunate situation. It's unfortunate that Yvette Smith is dead, but Daniel Willis is justified in his use of force against her, and if he had to make the same decision with the same facts tonight, he would make the same decision, and we'd stand behind him again.